Hey Aries, Starseed, Lightworker, Twin Flame and Soulmates. I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's collective tarot love reading. Now just before I jump in there and bust a move, I'd just like to say I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as counselling and mentoring, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. If you're interested, details are in the description box below. So let's dive in there and let's see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. Alright, so let's start with the now. Now, you were coming in with the Strength card and you were coming in with the Wheel of Fortune. And so what these cards are talking about here, collective, is, well, it can talk about a past, it can talk about the now, and it also talks about the future, okay, the potential outcome here in your reading. Now, what I get there in your reading, collective, now this is about both you and your person here, of course. Well, it's coming in as, yes, I want a new cycle, but is this cycle going to be different to what happened in the past? That's what I'm getting. But what it also talks about here, Aries, is can I make the necessary changes in order to have a new cycle? Or am I going to stay in the cycle here, the program that I've already created for myself? And is it going to be a new cycle here? Oh, a lot of questions. Is it going to be a new cycle here? And what about it? What about this new cycle is going to be different? I mean, the Strength card is a real vital card to get. I feel that the Strength card is really important when it comes to the tarot cards. Yeah, of course, they all have a role to play, but the Strength card is a card that suggests going out to get it and going out to make it happen here in your reading. See, most people can see their happiness, okay? Most people can see what makes them happy, but they need the strength to go and make it happen here in your reading, which is how these two cards are coming in. So what it really talks about here, Aries, is what kind of cycle are you wanting to build? Now, this is both you and your person. Plus, can I build it the way in which I want to build it here? Can I build what I want to build? That's what it's talking about here in your reading. See, because what it talks about here in your reading also, and what I'm also picking up here, is that each step here, collective, when it comes to the cycle, each step you have to be accountable. You have to be responsible here. Because this is about you. And of course it's about your person, but it's coming in as something separate. Yet, apart of, but apart from each other. That's what I'm getting here in your reading. The cycle isn't about the both of you building together. Yeah. The cycle is about here, your person building a cycle, doing what they need to do here, Aries, and you doing what you need to do. But having the strength to build it is what it's saying. But the strength here is actually talking about taking the correct action. And being able to take the correct action here. See, what it also talks about here, Aries, for both you and your person, is that there is no room for error. there is no room to fail here. You can't trial something here. This is what I'm also picking up on. You can't give it a go and see if it's going to work here. What it talks about here in your reading is that you invest. The past cycle is where you went through the trial and the error. That's what I'm getting. The regret, the doubts here. This cycle is talking about here, no room for error. It's like saying you've got everything that you need. All right, right? You've got everything that you need, so now build it. So now make it happen. Make that conscious effort here. Because this cycle is about you and your person's cycle is about them. So it needs to be built a certain way, is what it's talking about here. And like I said, being accountable, being responsible for each investment that you make here, collective, whether, no matter how small or how big it is. This is what it's talking about. Yeah. Because you're also coming in with discipline here. To stick to it, to invest it here. Because the cycle is all about yourself. It's fully investing in you, which is why your person needs to fully invest in themselves. It's not about fully investing in each other. That's not how these cards are coming in. And you're coming in with the Strength card here. So it's about one's happiness. Yeah, of course, your person makes you happy. Yeah, you make your person happy here, Aries. Yeah, but if you were to be put to let's just put your person to a side for a moment here, what makes you happy? That's what the reading is saying. And most times, if not all, people, like I said, people know what makes them happy. Now, what it's saying here, Aries, now you have to build it. Now you have to take the steps, necessary steps, the Wheel of Fortune, to make it happen, because only you can make it happen here. Only you can build your happiness. You're coming in with the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune can talk about a start point. Okay, so let's keep going there, right? Let's keep going, and let's come in with the obstacles and challenges. All right, now you're coming in with the Eight of Pentacles. You're coming in with the Fool card. You have the Magician, and you are also coming in with Lovers. All right, okay. So let's keep going here. I'm not too sure how that can be an obstacle and a challenge, but let me break it down. All right, and so let's deep dive. And so once again, you're coming in with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles talks about change, positive changes here, but these positive changes have to do with self here, collective. And you were also coming in with the Wheel of Fortune. And I spoke about the Wheel of Fortune is actually about yourself. Now, this is both you and your person. This is what it talks about. And it's going to take a hell of a lot of work here. The Eight of Pentacles can be seen as making that conscious effort here, collective. It can also talk about here discipline, sticking to it here, because you don't want to slip back into a past way of doing things here, or slipping back and giving up. But you're only giving up on yourself. The Eight of Pentacles. Because the Eight of Pentacles talks about here, collective, is it talks about the work that you have to do on yourself here to create positive changes for yourself, but also positive changes in your environment. But it starts with the inside. Okay, I mean, you can move to the other end of the country, or can move all the way to the other end of the world. If you haven't worked on yourself, things won't change. Yeah. So coming in with the Eight of Pentacles, and we are talking about obstacles and challenges here. What it can talk about there is, what is it that I need to work, what is it that I need to change? Because the Eight of Pentacles is talking about change here. And the best way to come in with change here, collective, is your own negative attachments. See, now's not a time to be looking outside of yourself and looking at and judging and, blaming other people here. You're coming in with the lack mentality, trying to change that up here. Stuck mentality here. You do have the Strength card. Stuck, here, collective, is anything that keeps you stuck in fear. So it's also about confronting and facing the truth about oneself and one's reality here in your reading. It's not about blaming certain negative situations that come towards you and negative people here, collective, okay? What you've got to do there is, you've got to understand here, collective, is that you're actually attracting that towards you. You will always attract negative. It really depends on where you are in terms of your own self journey here. Because the light attracts the dark and the dark attracts the light. It just goes hand in hand. Now you're coming in with the Fool card. So once again, the Fool card, the Eight of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool card, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Magician, they all connect together here. It's like they're all part of a sequence, yet with each one, let's say there's 10 steps that you need to go through here in order to get to the next part. Then there's 10 steps again in order to get to the next one, which is why mastery cannot be rushed. It may feel like it's taking a long time, the Wheel of Fortune. All right. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Now you're coming in with the Fool card here. And so, see, the Fool card is talking about here in your reading. Now you've got to build your own self-confidence here. The Wheel of Fortune. The cycle here, being responsible here, collective. Not just going so far and saying to yourself, okay, that's, all right, I'm fixed. I don't need any more. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good here. I'm going to make some really positive changes in my life here in your reading. But what could happen there is that you could go back to a past cycle, a past program. See, what this is talking about here is, for both you and your person, is to come out of the past program and taking the necessary steps that are available to you in order to do that. The Fool's Journey. Yeah. It's like a rebuild, the Fool's Journey. I only just sing it like that. Especially when it comes to self, especially if you've ended out past a past cycle, negative attachments here, pain, hurt and fear, neglect, abandonment and rejection. So you've because you can be quite vulnerable when you go through that. Yeah. And you could be quite susceptible to go back to a past patterns and habits because it's easier. All right? And so what it talks about here in your reading is that, it takes time, the Wheel of Fortune. This isn't something that can be rushed, especially when it comes to that rebuild. But it's only just the beginning here. It's self-worth, it's trusting in oneself, it's learning to show oneself unconditional love. But, you've got to figure all of that out here. It also talks about it. Why do you avoid and ignore true and real feelings of love here, collective? Yeah. the Fool's Journey. Now you're coming in with the Magician card here, and what the Magician card talks about there is putting certain things into action here, making it happen. See, what it talks about here, collective, is because of what you're going through, because of what your person is going through, it talks about aligning with those frequencies around you. It can come in as intuitive nudges. It talks about your internal compass and your internal guidance here. It talks about someone who has a social media platform here. It talks about someone who's in the public eye here in your reading. Yeah. Someone who can bring certain things into their reality, somebody who can create. See, and with the Wheel of Fortune here, collective, what it talks about there is that's the start point, but the Magician card isn't the end point here, collective. It's about halfway up the mountain, and there's still a climb to go, because you still have to perfect the Magician, self-mastery here. That's a learning curve in itself here, collective, and that could be 20 steps. Everything else was 10, but when you get to self-mastery here, there is still more to learn. It just doesn't end because you get there. It's about learning to live from the inside out, which may be a concept that you're not quite used to, or you have no idea about. See, what I get here is that this is definitely what your person is up to. Now you are coming in with Lovers. Lovers is a choice here, collective. You may have choices in front of you here, Aries, and you may be wanting to make a choice here. And how can you make a choice when you have so many people around you? And even your person has choices here in your reading. But you know what it's also talking about here for your person, it's about someone who is an equal match to that, someone who is at the same vibration as your person, because of the work that they've been through, because of what they've had to end out here, collective. It's not like your person wants to go back towards people that are like that here. I'm not saying they have to be of a certain caliber here, but what it talks about there in your reading is no longer holding on to negative attachments. That's the type of person your person is keen on here. And maybe even yourself here, collective. I do get here that your person knows you have choices, and I think you know your person has choices here too. Alright, so let's move on to the potential outcome. So you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Seven of Cups, you were coming in with the Eight of Swords here, collective, and you were also coming in with the Hierophant guy here in your reading. And so it's pretty much talking about what I've already spoken about here, collective. See, what I get here with the Hierophant guy is that this person knows that you have choices here. See, what worries your person, I think that's the best word, is actually the Wheel of Fortune here. So you are coming in with the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Swords here, collective. Like I said, I always take the aces to 11, and it's coming in as 19. So what I get here in your reading is, I don't know here, but could your person really regret having choices here? or regret that you have choices here. Your person may have treated you as a choice, but remember, this is the potential outcome here. That your person may see you as a choice here, collective. Because you know you have options, and you know your person has options here, because they do have options, is what your reading is saying. I think you know that. And I do seem to think your person knows that you do here. Because it's the Hierophant that's stuck in fear here, collective. Okay, it's what I'm getting here. It's all about making choices is what I'm getting, but making the correct choice. Okay, you've got to, it's about wisdom to take the correct action. And that is coming in as the Wheel of Fortune and the Strength card. Now you were coming in with advice, you're coming in with the Ace of Wands. The advice, well, the Ace of Wands can be seen as a business here. It's passion, very passionate here in your reading. Well, the choice is yours. I don't know what else to say here. And it's the same for your person here. They're passionate about you. They are. Here, Aries, if you're wondering, here in your reading, they do see you as a potential partner. Yeah. They do know that there are options in front of them. They do know you have options, like I said, here in your reading. Okay, but alright. See, what it's talking about here is invest. Invest in the cycle. Invest in the Wheel of Fortune. Invest in yourself. Make those positive changes. That's what it's talking about. Alright, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Reach out here. You may want to book an image reading, tarot reading with me. Okay, then we can pinpoint some of these fears that you have and also your person. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Bye.